Okay. Well, hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday to you all. Okay, I see that you cannot see my board. So I'm going to do my best to just kind of ad lib this and excuse my back because I will be turning because I have notes in the back. Uh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Tia Rogers, and we are welcome to Tammy's podcast. Um, Hold on, sorry, jacking this one up, guys. All right, I'm going to try to do this within the time frame. We're going to start. Hi, everyone. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Tia Rogers. I want to thank you for your patience as I gather myself here. I'm having some technical issues with um, the getting to you to bring this information to you. And I want to share with you a quote from Johann von Gothic. And it says, whatever you do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius and power and magic in it. And that's so true. This podcast is about growing, learning, and healing, the art of investing in yourself and betting on you to become your own rescue. Um, we started out with Tammise, and Tammise stands for we speak our truthfulness, we take action in our lives, as well as the movement required for the change we wish to see in our lives. This provides the motivation to go after our life aspirations, dreams, goals, and all the integrity we possess with ourselves as we sincerely assess, evaluate, and continue to process the process of life evolution. Always grateful for another day of life because God wakes us up every day and we have if he wakes you up, you're blessed with another 24 hours to do with it as you will, to make your life better, to make the world better, to make your family better. Um, Whatever it is that you wish to do in the world, when you wake up, you have that opportunity. And failure just means that you tried. And if you failed, don't give up. Continue to keep on trying. The topics of discussion we will be going over today is going to be the topics of awareness. And we're looking at awareness in the areas of awareness of ourselves, the world we live in, and the powers we have within us to live. We're looking at our mindset, and we're looking at the awareness of our mindset, our perspective in our mindset, and the thought patterns that guide our actions. So we'll start there with awareness. Sorry, I know you guys, this is going to be like kind of pointless to do this because you can't see what I'm writing. And I'm going to do my best to just try to go through these things with awareness, awareness of self, awareness of your self image. Who do you see? What do you see when you look in the mirror? How do you feel about the person that you're looking at and is looking back at you in the mirror? Is it a positive image? Do you think that you could benefit from change? Are you obsessing over that change? Or have you accepted who you are and you love every inch of you? All of that is going to make a difference as we're moving forward, whether you are starting a business, you have already started a business and you're in the process. So if you've started a business, you already are aware of some of the emotions and feelings that you can feel when you are in business. And if you haven't started a business at all, you're not really sure where you want to begin or what you would like to do, or trying to identify what it is that you really like to do, that can you that can earn you money as well as allow you to contribute and share your gifts with the world. I want to say Bob Proctor, because I study a lot of different leaders and I follow a lot of different groups. And that's because I'm a little eclectic person, my darn self. So it takes a lot from different pieces. I pull different things from different places because different things resonate with me and it connects with me. So bear with me as I go through the different um, leaders and platforms that I have had the pleasure of participating in either a webinar, training of some sort, or have signed up for their program. Um, Not everyone I signed up for their program, but most of them. But I was saying about Bob Proctor, he talks about the paradigm of the mind, shifting the paradigm in your mind, changing your mindset. And a lot of that has to do with where you are presently and where you see yourself in the future. And he breaks awareness down into 7 levels. And the 7 levels, and we're going to start at number 1. The first level is the animal level, which is your fight or flight. It's more of you reacting to what is going on to you than you responding to what's going on with you. The animal level of awareness is usually where people can go from 0 to 100 real quick because of their processing of the information or what they're experiencing at that time. And it takes some time. It's part of our awareness, who we see ourselves as, who do we wish to be, who do we think we are being at that time, and where do we actually see ourselves in the scheme of life and what is going on with us. One thing I love about Bob Proctor's paradigm shifting is the processes that it takes for the conscious mind and the unconscious mind to get on board, for you to take the conscious mind where your thoughts are there. It really doesn't take a lot to think about the conscious mind because there's things that's happening around you, there's things that you can see physically, feel, touch, and smell and taste. But your subconscious, your unconscious mind is built a little different and it's more attached to your emotions, which can bring the fight or flight situation if you deem that your situation or what you are experiencing as an emergency, an attack on you, or you feel like you're going to lose something. An example, let's say that you're working very hard, because we all work very hard and we go to work every day. Say that you had an unexpected bill come in, or had an emergency repair happen to you. And now you have to repair that. Say a water heater broke, or you needed a new heating system or central air system in your home. Those are major appliances that you don't want to break down. You want them to be up and functioning, but they're also ones that can cost you a lot to get repaired if you don't have the proper warranties and things in place or coverages that will help you kind of buffer that cost. So we were talking about the animal fight or flight and your awareness, how you see yourself, what you contribute to the world, how do you see yourself contributing to the world, and how you respond and react to the world. And say that happens, you wake up, the system is broken, you look, you don't have the funds to fix it, but you're working on resources and whatnot to try to get it fixed. And say it might be taking you some time to get it done. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel angry? Does it make you feel anxious? Does it make you feel less than because you don't have the funds? All of these things are part of our awareness, but they're also things that we can touch, see, feel, and touch as well. And in the unconscious mind, the conscious mind sees the problem. The unconscious mind is just feeling all the feelings. But if you take the conscious mind and you tell the subconscious mind, this situation is going to become better. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to figure out how to solve this problem. And you constantly tell yourself that instead of looking at the problem itself and intensifying it, when you're giving the mind the solution to the problem, it tends to lower your emotions. It tends to get you a little bit more focused as to where you can go on and you can solve that problem. Um, it also depends on your perspective of your situation as well. Uh, let's see. Number two on the 7 levels of awareness. One was animal, and that's the fight or flight. This is the way you react versus your response. Um, and then it's the mass, and that's called follow the crowd or conform. You do like everybody else does. Why would you go against the grain? A good example for that in awareness is we talked about um, the benefits of groups. Are groups beneficial or not beneficial? And then we talked about the parts of the group. There is a group and then there's an aggregated group, which means the aggregated group means there's a cluster of people that are all together and would be considered a group. However, they operate independently um, as they're working towards one goal. And not always necessarily working towards one goal. So where do you see yourself? Are you a leader? Are you someone that can is willing to stand up on your own and um, stand out from the crowd, to speak your piece, to fight for your right, to stand up for what rights, what to stand up for the wrongs in the world, to try to make them right. Um, then we have 3, which is aspirations, and the aspirations are a desire without action. We can aspire to be a movie star. We can aspire to be a tennis star. We can aspire to be a teacher, an electrician, an engineer. However, aspirations, dreams without actions put in place to move you towards your goal is just that. It's just a dream. It's nothing. You have nothing. And how do you begin to move yourself to move towards taking the action steps to get you where you need to be, to achieve that degree in engineering, to achieve becoming the movie star? There's a process and there's a journey for those that take that route, that makes them who they are, that brings out their gifts and brings out their greatness. Um, the 4th level is individual, which means, are you able to express your uniqueness, or do you hide your uniqueness to blend in with others? Um, Discipline is number 5, and it says give self a command and keep it. Are you disciplined enough to keep a commitment to yourself, a promise that you made to someone? Um, are you disciplined enough to follow through with the steps in the process that you need to take for you to be where you need to be? Number 6 is experience. And this is where your real learning takes place, because we all learn from experience, right? As a child, they'll tell you don't touch the fire because the fire is hot. Most times, the children will probably try to touch the fire because they want to see that the fire is hot. When they touch it, they find out it's hot. That's their experience. Probably bad example to use, but that was one at the top of my head for right now. And our real life experiences plays a big part in our awareness, and our perspective, how we view ourselves in life and where we want to be in life. And number 7 is the mastery. Once you reach level 7, you will have developed the skills to be able to respond accordingly to your experience in life and your situation and or circumstances, of rather than react to them. So I wanted to share those 7 levels with you. And I also wanted to go over the mindset for awareness and your perspective. Where, as a man or woman thinketh, so we become. So if we're thinking that, if your awareness is, I'm not enough, oh, I'm too heavy for this, or I need to be this, or I need to have my hair this way. You're looking at all the superficial things. But with awareness, we need you to look on the inside of you. We need you to look at your heart, your inside, check your heart to make sure that it's in the right place. and intentional wise with yourself, because our minds have thousands of thoughts daily. And when you have as many thoughts like that, um, you have to try to do your best to control them. We have a lot of stimuli throughout our lives, from TV, the world we live in, um, just things that go on in our communities, that can affect us, and we don't even know that we're being affected by it. And your perspective of who you are as a person, knowing thyself. Do you know who you are? Do you know whose you are? Do you know the power that lies within you? Do you have what it takes to become the person that you wish to be? And it's not to say that you're not happy with who you are right now. As we're talking about this awareness, as we're talking about growing, learning, and healing, we're sharing our truthfulness about how we are growing, learning, and healing in life. And I share with you all how my grandmother would always say, every day you should learn something new. And I'm going to be turning another year older this year. And I can tell you, I'm a living example, proof that you can go through life challenges. People can try to tear you down, call you names, tell you you're not good enough, tell you you're not built right, tell you don't got enough weight or whatever. You know what I mean? Been there, done that, all that. So I get it. I know how it impacts you as an individual. I know how it makes you feel inside. It makes you feel less than. But I also know how it feels to overcome those things when you realize who you are and whose you are. You see yourself as a divine entity created from the creator that created you. You begin to see your own inner beauty in yourself, no matter how weird or quirky it is, because you have to remember, God created us in his own image. So therefore, move, Cookie. God created us in our own image, in his own image. So therefore, he allows us certain liberties, and he created us in his will because he already has our destination. He has our life mapped out for us. We don't know. He allows us the pleasure of going on a journey of self-exploration, learning about yourself, learning how to heal yourself, and overcome all those things that impact you negatively, because you can turn them around by telling yourself positive affirmations, surrounding yourself with positive people that are on the same track as you as far as building your life. And all these things take part, and discipline is a big part of it, because you have to be able to withstand telling people no. You have to be able to deal with being left out of certain things, or maybe not participating in certain things, and being okay with that, missing some celebrations or gatherings with family, friends, to become the best person that you want to be. Now, during those periods where you are building you and you are, separating yourself from the crowd, so that you can find that solitude, so that you can find your inner peace and your inner awareness of who you are and what makes you tick. What is your perspective on life? How do you want the world to be from your view? Are you creating heaven or hell for yourself? Because quite frankly, heaven and hell is right here on earth, because we have the power to create it. It's all about our mindset, how we go about, how we handle different situations or circumstances in our lives that we may go through. I want to share something with you all on self-control that I got from, I'm taking this verse that I'm about to read to you guys, from the Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill. It's I'm skipping through the book, so if you have this book, you may want to. Okay, you can't see it. All right, that's not gonna work. Okay. I'm just having all kind of technical issues, but we're gonna work through them anyway. Self-control, it says you can do it if you believe you can do it. And I'm just gonna read a little excerpt of the book. And it says, in the okay, you also learned how, okay, wait, you come now to the study of self-control, through which you may direct your enthusiasm to constructive ends. Without self-control, enthusiasm resembles the unharnessed lightning of an electrical storm. It may strike anywhere. It may destroy life and property. Enthusiasm is the vital quality that arouses you to action, while self-control is the balanced will that directs your action so that it will build up and not be torn down. To be a person who is well balanced, you must be a person in whom enthusiasm and self-control are equalized. A survey that I have just completed of the 160,000 adult inmates of the penitentiaries of the United States disclosed that startling fact that 92% of these unfortunate men and women are in prison because they lack the necessary self-control to direct their energies constructively. So that's why we're talking about awareness. And we're talking about the 7 levels of awareness: animal, mass, aspiration, individual, discipline, experience, and the mastery. Because there are levels to it. You have to work really hard to discipline yourself and control yourself. If you're walking around and you're just lashing out on everyone, it makes for a very bad environment. It makes for a bad home space, bad workspace. Nobody wants to be around a person that's going to just blow up and explode all the time. Now, do people blow up and explode for good reasons? Yes, but how we handle it, we have the power to handle it a little better and do it a little differently. As we learn, as we begin to become more aware of who we are, what it is that we want out of life, our life perspective. How do we see life? Is this a happy life? Is this the life that I want to live? I love my life, and I want to spread my love around the world, and I want to share it with as many people as I can. What is your perspective on life? Your thought patterns. Do you struggle with your thought patterns? Do you struggle with your positivity and your negativity? Hold on 1 minute. Move. Go sit down. Go over there and sit down. Do you struggle with maintaining a happy spirit? Do you struggle with staying positive and believing in yourself, believing that you can, even when you're scared to death and you're not sure of what to do next, or you don't understand the steps that you have to take? Do you still take those steps to find out and explore what is going to make you better? Okay. Our thought patterns can be very tricky. They say, well, a joke between me and my brother that passed, me and Frank, our joke would always be, don't go upstairs by yourself. Some of us really can't. We get in our head and we let those limiting belief thoughts take over our lives and damn near stagnate us and hold us hostage, which creates a mental prison that we built ourselves. But how do you get out of that mental prison? How do you break the limiting beliefs? By canceling them out. You know that you're good enough. You know that you can put You can do anything that you want to do if you set your mind to it. And if you wanted to be the next inventor of something great, all you had to do is put your mind to it. It takes an idea. Those ideas run in your mind. And it's up to us to decipher which ones are the good ones, which ones are the bad ones. And the bad ones we want to, if they're not serving us, then we need to get rid of them and get rid of them as fast as we can. And it may take some inner sizing. You might have to sit and listen to some wave frequency music and meditate for about 15 minutes or so to tell yourself that you are good enough, that you are enough to become who and whatever it is that you want to be. You might have to sit down and give yourself an affirmation. I'm beautiful. I'm going to have a great day. I am powerful. My message is going to impact others. Through your 15-minute exercise, you got to find a way to break up those thoughts. And I talk about exercising because exercising is helpful. And I say it because I've tried it and I still do it from time to time when I need it because we all need a time where we can kind of decompress from our day or as we're starting our day to have that peaceful moment, that peaceful, quiet moment. And how you start your day really will set the tone for your day. If you wake up and you're angry and you're all worried about everything from the night before or days before, and you're carrying that stuff with you, it's going to get heavy eventually, so you want to be able to get rid of that stuff. You want to be able to find out who your true self is, who you really truly are on the inside. Because what's on the inside is going to show on the outside. And we can wear a mask trying to hide it, but how long is that going to last? Not very long. And if you want to build something sustainable, and it can be something as small as just building your family, raising your family, loving your family, you have to know who you are. You have to know that you are enough and that you are capable to overcome any challenge that will ever come your way for you and your family, because you're going to protect them. You're going to take care of them. You're going to provide for them. And challenges are going to come. And you don't have the option to give up. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say I didn't have the option. I didn't have the option to give up. When you are the person, when you are the head person in charge, you are the responsible one. You are the one that is going to provide, make it happen for everyone, and get everybody where they need to get to, as well as teach them how to get there on their own. That's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of pressure. And everybody can't handle it. It takes time. And trust me, no man is an island. Nobody gets through this thing alone. No one. It's no way that you can build without some sort of interaction, some type of exchange with another person, because iron sharpens iron. And if you are weak in the mindset area and you're struggling with having a belief that you are enough, that you have everything that you need to make it in life, no matter how big or small the difference you're trying to make, having someone to reinforce that or encourage you to say, yes, let's go. And that's a beautiful thing that I love about the missed multiple income streams of technology, is that you meet people from all over the world, and we all come from different backgrounds, we're different races, we have different cultures, all the things that could keep us separate, but yet the common thing that brings us together is that we're all striving to become better. We're striving to make a definite impact in the world to help not change our lives, but also change others' lives as well. And one thing my father would tell me, because he was a Vietnam veteran, and when we were little, I remember him saying, he had to go and travel the world to see everything that was there so he can come back and tell us of what was there. And sometimes you have to be that first person to go out, step out on a ledge and take that risk, take that chance to believe in yourself, to go and do what you need to do. As we are discussing awareness, if you've been following me, I've shared my story on how I got to this platform. And it was through, caring for my parents, whom I love dearly and I miss them. It's been about 7 years now, 7 years going on 8, where um, I lost my parents. I went back to work, um, got back to work, broke the policy for missing too many days of work due to caring for my parents, on top of having to deal with accusations of my professionalism, how I conduct myself in the community and as a person and as a being in my job, which led me to a 9-week suspension. That during that 9-week suspension, I'm not gonna lie, the first 15 seconds, yeah, I had a meltdown. I didn't know what to do. I realized that working one job was just not going to be it, and working one job and you know working one job and having a mindset that this job is my career job, this is where I'm going to be, I'm going to build my life from this job here, and I'm going to be able to go and prepare myself for my retirement and live a happy life happily ever after life. My happily ever after definitely changed. And it changed during those 9 weeks that I decided to build my online store. And in those 9 weeks, I was able to accomplish that task, not knowing nothing about online marketing, online anything, modern technology, not that computer savvy, definitely not savvy in coding. Um, but I learned. I disciplined myself to sit down to read and do what I needed to do. And through that, I was able to get extra training through other avenues. I went to Real Success Summit first because I have an array of trainers and different educators and leaders that are there in a variety of fields of anything that you may need. That is definitely the spot to go. And check them out and see what's in there that you could benefit from. I benefited from a lot of things from there. I learned about your value proposition from Mr. Leon Letitian. I hope I pronounced it right. And Entrepreneurs Academy. I also learned about ultimate self-mastery from Mr. Peter Sage and his Peter Sage Academy. The petersageacademy.com. Check them out. But as I was growing and learning, I still had to go to work every day. I still had to go to work those every other week. And 1 week I was off. That week I was off, I hustled. I hustled from sun up to sundown, and sometimes from sun up, and I would see the sun come back up again because I was so busy working. And many of you can relate when you are striving to become better and you're working to make yourself better, trying to change your situation. It might require you to do some things that you've never done before. It might require you to put in a little bit more time. It might require you to do a little extra reading, have some quiet time to yourself to get focused, to find out where you are. As I was building, going to work, still dealing with what I had to deal with, and realizing because of my self-awareness, because I have, God has given me an ability to have empathy for others, as to where not so much that where I can actually walk a mile in their shoes, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from. Over the 9 weeks, I realized that what was happening to me happened to me because I needed it. I needed to not feel comfortable where I was. Because sometimes we get comfortable where we are and we don't think that we need to change. We don't think that, change would benefit us in any way because we're secure. We're good at we're good where we are. But I'm here to tell you that trying something new, ensuring and stepping out on faith and believing in yourself. Because to become a business owner, it takes a lot of faith. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of discipline to learn all the things that you need to learn, especially if you've never ran a business before and you've never was in charge of anything, because there's this whole switch that you have to do. There's a whole thing that you have to do with your mindset to get on board with this. Because there's going to be times when you're going to come across a challenge, something you may not know. You might ask a question and may not get the answer that you think that is the best answer for you at that time, or that answer doesn't help you. So how do you process that? How are you one that will go out and seek and research it on your own to get the information that you want? Or are you one that plays around with it until you figure it out? Do you call on support? Do you reach out for help? Do you ask those around you? All of those things will work. All of them. Reaching out, researching, definitely leaning on support, participating in communities, because we build each other and we help you to grasp the information and get through the tasks that you need to do to continue your building. And that whole 9-week experience was an eye-opener for me, because it showed me that I was capable of doing more than what I had allowed myself to do. I had conformed to the rat race. I conformed to being on the hamster wheel, getting up, going to work every day, paying the bills, go home, go to work, pay the bills, go to work, do the work, come from home, pay the bills, and do this every day, every day, every day. And imagine doing that and having to care for your loved ones, your parents, your children, whatever it may be, a loved one, whatever the situation may be. It could be a loved one that's ill. It could be a disabled child. It could be you that's ill. And you're still having to function and take care of yourself and still have to provide for yourself. What frame of mind, what type of awareness does it take to muster through those things that we tend to think are designed to break us? We tend to think that are obstacles in our way to keep us from going where we are. Well, through the awareness process, and you begin with your affirmations, you learn to take time with yourself and be patient in your process. And don't compare your process to someone else's process, because all our processes are different. Our life journeys are different. Our dreams are different. Our aspirations are different. Our goals and our business ideas are different, just as different as each one of us is. And we have to be able to bring all that together to be able to work together and move forward. And knowing who you are, knowing whose you are, knowing your perspective on life, knowing your thought patterns. Are you one that struggles? And don't be ashamed, because I was one that struggled as well. I can raise my hand. I'm one that struggles. And because I struggle, I know some of the challenges that can come. You get tired because you put in longer hours. You might have to read something 2 to 3 times before you really grasp it and get the concept. But I'm here to tell you that as you are guiding yourself your thought patterns, and your perspective on life and the awareness of who you are is going to show up in the action steps that you take, the behaviors that you display as you are moving forward, as you are growing, learning, and healing and becoming better. Self-control is a big part of it because sometimes things can happen in life and it's not fair. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, life is not fair. It's not just for everyone. And sometimes it can get pretty ugly and it can put you down pretty low. So we don't want to disclose that. We don't want to act like, oh yes, you do this and you do these exercises and you take these certain steps and everything's gonna be hunky-dory. No. These steps, these lessons are lessons that you should apply and adapt to your life every day. Because every day we have to fight a battle to overcome something that is trying to knock us down, whether it's something we put in place for ourselves or something that's systematically knocking us down. But we see that for generations, everything that has come to break us, knock us down, tear us apart, has proven to make us stronger and bring us closer together. And together we can walk this walk. No matter what you're doing in your life, if you're starting something new, congratulations for betting on you and believing that you have what it takes to continue on and make it through the journey, to get to the end result, no matter how long it takes. In my book, Finding Your Way, which is a little guidebook that I developed to best explain my experience coming in new, not knowing anything. And in there, I suggest that you don't look at the outcome. Well, no, you look at the outcome. You don't think about the steps that you're taking to get to the outcome. You just look at the journey of where you're going, because eventually you'll get to the outcome. And I've said it before that we set goals in life for us to achieve them, accomplish them. And if we achieve them and accomplish them, what do we normally do? We usually create new goals because we want to push ourselves to another height. We want to level ourselves to a greater space and place of our life, because as we elevate, we learn more. We learn how to come together and build ourselves. And awareness does a lot with you, the person, you, the individual, who you are. How do you see life? Where do you see your life going? Do you struggle with negative thoughts? Are you aware of what beliefs you have around family, community, society today, money, money, financial issues? What are your perspectives? What are your beliefs about that? Do you believe that you deserve to have a life full of abundance? Do you believe that you deserve to have a healthy, vibrant life? Do you believe that finances will improve and will become better and will become abundant in your life? Because currency flows. It flows to, through, and all around all of us. But if we're having negative thoughts or limiting beliefs around our financial situation, or say you're maybe not where you would like to be financially, stop looking at where you are presently in your life and start thinking about where you're going. What does that look like? What is involved in it? Who's going to be a part of it? And as you're using your imagination, to bring your awareness from your present situation to your future situation, you find that the present situation subsides. It goes down and it goes away. It doesn't go away completely because it's still there, because you have to still do whatever you have to do for your present situation. But as you are taking the steps to straighten out your present situation, but you're working towards building who you are becoming in the future, takes the pressure off of where you are presently. And I know this because I've tried it. It works. And I'm here to tell you, daily practices. Ooh. All right, that's our 45 minutes, guys. I want to thank you, and I hope that you will join us so we can finish up Tammy's. This will be a series. I don't know how many series it will be, but please come back. Join us next Monday so that we can get together and kind of talk about awareness, where we are, share where you are with awareness. Are you, do you know what level of awareness you are at? Because there's 7 levels. Do you remember the 7 levels? Let's discuss it the next time we get together. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and where else? Oh, yes, we have a new website as well, and it's Real Family Dynamics. It's still in the making, guys. So I just want to let you guys know how you can get in touch with us if you should try. And as always, you can always go to Tammy's shop. Come check us out, different products. See if we have anything that's to your liking. You know, dress to impress, ladies and gentlemen. When you look good, you feel good. So thank you again for your time. And I'm Tia Riders, and I'm definitely over. So have a wonderful, blessed, amazing day. Until next time. Bye.